This video is written by the film guy and read by Drew. A special thanks to Protog Australia for supplying the product seen in the video. Out of all of Nanlite's upcoming products, this is what I have been looking forward to the most. And it's not even a light. It's the full-sized Bowens projection attachment for the Forza series. This attachment allows for the cutting and shaping of your light and projecting patterns. You may have seen my previous video review on their smaller version of this projection system designed for the Forza 60s and 150 lights. And with this larger system, they have improved it in a lot of ways, which we will go over quickly. Firstly, it has way better build quality. This 4kg chunk of metal and glass is a tank, and the optics are much nicer and cleaner than any projection attachment I've worked with before. You are also getting a much more intense magnification with its 19-degree barrel. I took a reading of 8 times the output of my Forza 500 at 3 meters, which is kind of insane. And you get this robust hard case, which normally I wouldn't be a fan of because they take up much more space. But since you are dealing with what is essentially a lens, it's best to have that added protection. It looks like Nanlite took my suggestion for the previous attachment and put a silicone cover over the rear lens element for when it's not in use. Which is great, but I'd still love something to protect the front. Another good thing is they have given you a dual junior/baby pin mounting system for use with both light and combo stands. In terms of negatives, there isn't anything major, just a few nitpicks. Firstly, it can be difficult to focus the lens due to its size and weight. Both Rob and I constantly missed the focus point as it kept sliding past it due to the required pressure to move it versus the resistance once pressure is applied. I feel like some kind of geared wheel system would have been perfect here, just to make everything more precise. The next annoyance is that the stirrup has a rosette-like system instead of a tension system. It's not the end of the world, but I do find that getting the light exactly where you need it to be a little annoying. And you tend to just have to compromise a little, especially so as it's front heavy. And lastly, this is more of a desire than a critique. I wish we had the ability to lock and rotate the blade/gobo system. This would go a long way into helping create specific shapes with the light where you need them. So let's talk a bit more about what you can do with this unit. Well, everything you could do with the smaller unit, you can also do with this one, but just better. The obvious ability being to very finely and precisely shape the light and project it wherever you need it to go. Another being able to use size B gobos to cast patterns in or out of focus with or without gels. This can be very useful for creating interesting backgrounds for interviews, music videos, commercials, etc. But really what makes this more unique is the ability to fit to more powerful lights and therefore have more creative and technical options. If you are lacking space in a location, you can project from the other side of the room in the place where you would want a panel light if you could, and the bounce will act as one. Want it softer? Make it larger. Want it harder? Make it smaller. We didn't do it here as we forgot to grab paper, but if you have dark walls, just tape whatever size and colour paper you need onto the wall and project off that. Luckily, it's so bright we got away with not needing to do that here. I'm a big fan of movies from Quentin Tarantino, and he frequently collaborates with the DOP Robert Richardson, who is a big fan of strong hard backlights. This is a look that is very easy to recreate with this projection attachment, especially if you halate it with a Pro Mist filter on your lens. You can get some very interesting looks if you use more intensity. Honestly, your only limit here is your creativity. If you use any of the Bowens mount Nanlites and you do creative work, just buy this thing. Yes, it's not perfect, but it's honestly awesome, and gets my highest recommendation. I have linked down in the description where you can buy this from in Australia and the US. You can follow both me and the film guy via the links below. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Life is good, but it can be better.
It's real simple.
Check out the film
on YouTube.
He's totally wicked!
without a doubt.
Really?
Awesome!
I want to subscribe.
Do it now! I'm talking to you!
I'm here to save you from horrible channels
All over!
On the internet, you kids are gonna love it.